As flickered flame makes shadows bend, and smoke meets moonlight, cold and blue, when blackest night hails twilight's end, then darkness comes to beckon you. As hunger turns the flesh to fire, and breathing falters, reason halts, then creep the claws of dark desire to rip and split you at your faults. We are currently on the shores of Skytear Island, a small island in the Glimmergrave River, upriver, closer to the Gravelands, and where the mist is thick and obfuscating. This cursed island has been uninhabited for millennia untold, purportedly a ancient Kelid ritual site where dark magics reign. We have learned through the help of the Baroness Radia Vidira, Baroness of Vesperholt, that there have been observations to this island made over time. Not only can she see it from high up on the bluff where her manor is located, way off in the distance, but also the island was observed a few hundred years ago. And we learned that there were fires and figures walking on the beach, lightning storms, loud cracking sounds. Whether the Lazarite that Count Emmerich Montcrief believes is here truly lies, hidden by the Black Pines, our party will find out. As we approached the island, there were enemies in the water, uh, uh, obfuscating themselves with the mists and lashing out with their tentacles, but the party was able to defeat them. As they made their way to the island, they saw evidence of zombified fish, but there have been no reports or no mention of such things outside of this island. So perhaps they are bound here by whatever curses the island and keeps the living away. As we recover from a difficult encounter with the Mist Stalkers, I would like for all of our players to cast their minds back. All of our players are skilled both martially, socially. Some of them have academic knowledge, some of them are performers, are quite gregarious, but something they all have in common is the ability to hold their own in a life or death situation. This has not always been the case. I would like each of our players today to tell us about the first time that they believed they would lose a fight, perhaps with mortal consequence, perhaps not. I would like to start these recallings with Wick Bloomberry, our halfling rogue.
I think the very first time Wick thought he'd lose a fight would probably be back in uh, Cheliac, and it wouldn't have been with some sort of monster or any sort of fiend. It would probably be with a schoolyard bully. And I think that he had discovered that being sneaky and using some schoolyard tricks of his own could earn him the rewards of winning a battle, more so with using his fists. And being a rogue, that kind of sneaked his way into being a thief, being a sneak, and taking on some more kind of sort of sneaky feats in order to win any battles.
Sure, that lesson has certainly served you well up to this point. Thistle, our elven witch.
Um, I think that her mother, was very determined to kind of have almost a servant of every major god. She bonded very closely with more draconic deities. Of course, that's where she was always drawn. Her heart was always drawn to. She was very close with her younger brother, who was a lover of art and music and all things beauty, and that kind of set them apart from some of their more warlike siblings. I think that she was like 10 or 11 getting her ass handed to her after one too many smart comments to Golan. And after he broke her nose, that's when it really settled in. It's like, nobody's coming to help me. I have to take this into my own hands, or I could go the way of some of my some of my failed siblings. And I don't know if I would be mourned. I think that sparked something in her where she knew two things. She had to get out of here as quickly as she could, and that if you don't fight, you sink.
Was it pretty soon afterwards that Thistle was first contacted by her patron? Or did that take some time?
I think it wasn't long after that. Just when she felt the call.
All right. How about for Cinza, our Afriti thaumaturge?
I have a question. Is this intended to be specifically a physical fight?
Not at all. I think battles are fought across many fronts.
Then my initial answer was going to actually be very similar to Wix, because she did get into scraps in school because I think she was a little bit of a shithead. But I think the first time she actually realized that she was in a fight she could not win was when her parents sent her away. I think as a young child, you don't have any concept of there's always a first time you clash against your parents, and your parents say, hey, we're the parents and this is how it's going to be, for better or for worse. And as a kid, sometimes you don't understand because you can't see the big picture of what safety actually means, and what um you have no concept of what someone who's lived longer than you could possibly, what their foresight could actually mean. And so I think the first time she realized she was going to lose an argument was the time she was told she was going to go with the Moncriefs. She was going to be going with Audrina, and she said she didn't want to go, that she wanted to stay with her parents. And her parents said, no, this is what's best. And it started out as a, honey, we understand, we love you very much kind of conversation. And eventually the words got not harsher or unkind, but firmer. And she cried. And I think there was just a stark realization of, nothing I can say will change their mind. And that was a really powerless moment for her.
Yeah, you guys are all living in a cosmic universe where prediction does not work anymore. Morrow and Thistle, you remember a time when it did. You remember a time of augury. You remember a time when you could look in the stars, you could look to God, and they would be able to tell you what was going to happen. That is not the case anymore. That's the world that Cinza and Wick were born into. But that doesn't mean that fate does not exist. And it certainly doesn't mean that cause and effect don't exist. So, yeah, being a small child bumping up against inevitability, who could win against that? And finally, our elven cleric, Morrow.
I think it was before she was a cleric. It was when she was in medical school. She was a doctor before she was a cleric. She'd always taken a liking to doing battlefield healing, so she had been part of other battlefield medical staff, but I think it was the first time she lost a patient after hitting them with everything that she had. It's possibly what pushed her towards Shika and towards becoming a cleric. It's definitely part of what gave her control issues. But I think it was the first time she realized you can do everything right, and sometimes you still can't save everyone.
Yeah. The world that you all live in, there are different explanations, deific, scientific, philosophical, as to why this plane even exists. Why does the mortal plane exist? Why does the material world continue? And as many beings are interested in this plane, as many of them try to sustain this plane, and some of them try to destroy it, this plane exists for a reason, and existence on this plane is temporary. It is a maddening duality that I can imagine Moro being confronted with and being extremely frustrated by. As your boots touch the sands of Skytear Island, you hear a rasping as several dark figures rise up. Humanoid creatures made of sand and flotsam. Their form is bulky, as if they are draped in fur cloaks. They turn their eyeless faces to you, and they square off to defend their shore. And we will roll initiative. Now remember, you roll initiative with a perception check. If you would like to have been doing something specific after you are getting off the boat, for example, trying to find some place to hide while you were making your way to shore, you may roll stealth. If you have been detecting magic, you may roll your magical tradition, be it religion for Moro or occultism for Thistle. Otherwise, you may roll perception.
Calculator.
$36.
37.
Wonderful.
Oh,
She prices righted you.
how dare you!
24 for Sinza.
And how about for Wick?
32 for Wick.
So Sinza, you will be going last in the turn order. Moro, you will be going first.
Woo!
So there are 3 of these figures on the shore.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
Well, I don't really know what these things are yet.
You do not.
I think instinctively she's gonna cast protection on Thistle.
And me?
That is a 2 action. So Wrath, it is a 1 minute duration. You gain a +1 bonus to your AC and your saving throws.
That
Oh,
could
yeah.
certainly come in handy.
I have 1 action left. I am going to use it for. I'm just gonna raise my buckler.
Right? I'll give you a +1 circumstance bonus to your AC. That leads us into Thistle's turn. You see these 3 figures on the shore. You are imbued with this protective healing from, or this protective ward from Shaika in the First World. What would you like to do?
Okay. Do I see anything that is easily hurlable, like throwable? Perhaps
Absolutely. Yes, this is
Perhaps
not a
something for-
pristine.
a telekinetic projectile?
Even that. Yes, this is not a pristine beach by any means. There are nobody sunbathing, nobody here. There are no sand bonies cleaning up the
throw
shore.
people? Crazy.
There's literally anything you want. Could be driftwood, seashells, whatever you like.
Something a little more substantial.
Big old
Now-
rock.
Yeah, like a big old rock. So I'm
Let's
gonna take
go.
a big old rock and I'm going to telekinetic projectile. On the one that is closest to me. I have a range of 30 feet, so wherever that shall start.
Perfect. Here it comes.
I got a total of 19.
Okay. So a 19, unfortunately, on your spell attack is not enough to do damage. So you see this rock hurtling through the air, hitting with a dull thud the chest of one of these figures and it is absorbed into the sand without actually doing any damage.
I'm going to turn to my friends and I go, I don't like this. Um, and then, is there somewhere that I can potentially hide?
So while you cannot move and take cover in one action,
Yeah.
there is that rocky outcropping there to the right. If you would like to move behind it, I can at least give you lesser cover.
I will take that.
Perfect. So lesser cover gives you a +1 circumstance bonus to your AC. That will stack with the +1 status bonus that you're getting from protection.
Love
So
it.
let's count them as 2 higher.
Woo.
Fantastic. All
Of
right.
course, log in my pocket. I give him a little ham.
Of course. Gotta keep that morale up.
Yeah, exactly.
Is ham a free action?
Ham is a free action.
Ham is a free
Roll,
action.
roll to
Only
ham.
for a log.
Roll to ham.
Front of the shirt, roll to ham. Back of the shirt, ham is a free action.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. All right, Wick, you are going ahead of the enemies, so you do not have to do anything special to get your sneak attack. You can just straight up start throwing cards at these fools. You may want to move to get into a closer range increment, but that is up to you.
Okay. I'm gonna move just enough to get in range of this, the one that's in the middle here, closest to me. And yeah, I'm gonna use dart with my card.
Great, that's 20-foot reach.
Okay, so yeah, I have a 22.
A 22 is enough. So yes, your card goes soaring through, cutting through the mists rising up from the river and slices through one of these creatures. So you can go ahead and roll me some damage.
I have 7 damage.
Remember, you're also rolling your sneak attack. Is that 2d4 plus 2d6 plus 4?
God,
So that
I
is
love
my 2d4 plus 4
Okay, with 7. Okay,
with piercing.
great.
So now I will add 2d6, so that's another 4.
Much better. Alrighty. So
11.
that's 11 damage. Got it.
I do have fun stuff on me, and I don't know what it does. I'm kind of looking for an opportunity to just like chuck stuff at these. But what are we thinking? Do I want to throw some like? I think I might. I think I have to use an action to ready something from into my belt. Correct?
What are you? I hate to stop you from being vague and surprising me later, but I'm not picking up what you're putting down. What are you thinking about?
I have a flask of acid. I have bottled lightning. I have alchemist's fire. I have a bunch
Understood.
of fun.
Okay, when are we gonna
I
get
spent
weird?
all of my money on all the weird stuff.
How fun! So
I
yes,
love
absolutely.
this. I adore this.
On brand.
You know
Just
what?
a
We
little
need,
guy with a lot of firepower in his pocket.
we need little Wick figurines. We do need to form Wick's official fan club. I feel like we need
Yes.
fan club t-shirts.
Yeah.
So
Wick
Wick,
is a
you can
performance
draw.
type of magic.
Yeah. So you
Okay.
can draw any of these items from your satchel with an interact action. To ready an attack takes 2 actions. So you can have something in your hand. You also do have quick draw. So you can pull one of your bombs that you have and throw them in the same turn. You have done 1 attack already, so it'd be thrown at map. But you are more than welcome to grab one of your fun little alchemical mixtures here and do a bomb attack. That's fine with me.
I just want to see what happens. So
Let's go.
I
All right,
am going to
which
quick
one would you
draw.
like?
I'm gonna quick draw bottled lightning.
Lovely.
It is. Let's see. It's. We're gonna create a blast of electricity when it's exposed to air. The bottled lightning deals the list electricity damage and electricity splash damage on a hit. The target becomes off guard until the start of the next turn. Many types grant item bonus attack rolls. I am
Very
going to-
fun.
yeah.
Now, which is this a lesser, a moderate?
This is a moderate.
Wonderful. So that's going to give you, yes, a +1 item bonus 2d6 electricity damage and 2 electricity splash damage. Fantastic. All right, do you want to hurl it at the one that you've already hit?
Well, we better go for this one. Hopefully the slash damage might affect
Yes.
how far it reaches. This is for funsies. Let's see. I
Let's
spent all my
go.
money.
So yes,
on
so we're
weird
rolling this
stuff.
at a plus 12.
There we go. Oh, that's a good roll. Okay. Math thing. I got a 30.
Incredible. That is a very solid hit. So, Wick, roll me the damage.
Damage 6.
6. Wonderful. Okay. So, Wick, here's what happens. You pull out this bottle of lightning crackling with alchemical energy just waiting to be released. You hurl the bottle, it shatters on this creature. You see the arcs of this blue lightning going all over this creature, consuming it like a spider web. And to your horror, the outer layer of sand fuses into sheets of hardened black glass. This thing is looking
Which
a
could
little
be a good
more
thing.
formidable right now.
Oh,
So it
Seems
does
like-
roll the
freeze
30.
into glass, but it didn't take any damage?
So it took the damage and used the damage to melt its sandy form into a hardened sheet.
Shit.
Goldblum would say, life
Finds a way.
Scenes looks over with
I know I
horror
was
and
told that
"Well,
Pokemon. I was like, what? I know I was told Pokemon rules don't exist, but in my mind I was like, mud, water, electricity, bad.
Well, I was saying if I had any fire to throw at it, and I don't, so I'm gonna throw, religion at it and just see what happens.
yeah, maybe don't
First of all,
do
for
the
the
fire
first
thing.
thought,
Fire
it's
and
possible
sand,
to write that down.
fire and sand and heat make glass. Maybe don't do the fire thing.
Luckily for you, I'm out of fire spells until we get some of those back.
Wonderful. All right, it is now their turn. So I
Okay.
think it only fitting that the glassy one makes their way up to Wick. They do have enough speed to do so, and you can hear the shattering, like crystal goblets, continually breaking over and over again as it walks up to you, Wick. And this glassy fist comes hurtling down at you. It's going to be a 25.
Okay, what am I rolling now?
Oh, nothing. You're just taking damage.
I'm just gonna say, I'm
You
taking
don't
25
have to do
damage.
anything. You just sit there. I'll take care of everything. So no. Remember, 2 hit and damage are 2 completely different things. When we are 2 hitting, we are trying to meet or exceed the target's AC. If we exceed it by 10 or more, then it becomes a critical hit. Once we have confirmed that a hit has happened, then we go ahead and roll our damage. In this particular instance, the damage is going to be 15 bludgeoning damage. And Wick, as this fist hurls its way into your face, you can hear so loud in your ear as the glass on the fist breaks and grinds. You are a thief. You know very well how a fistful of sand to the face is a great dirty trick for a getaway. And Wick, you are blinded for 1 round. And with the creature's 3rd action, they are going to do a shove attack on you. Now, this is at map. But that is going to be a 28 versus your fortitude DC. Now, your fortitude DC is your fortitude, which is +9, plus another 10. So 19 is my target to beat. So I am shoving you with a 28, which is not a critical, because remember, 10 over is a critical. So it's very good, but not a critical. So with the success, this creature shoves you back 5 feet and then steps with you to meet you. So it is pushing you back into the water. Meanwhile, the green one is going to move up alongside Moro. Now, Moro, you are flanked because you have two of these creatures on either side, and I can draw a straight line in between them.
Love that for me.
This will make your AC effectively 2 less.
Okay, so it's add the 1 for my buckler for 26, subtract the 2 from being flanked for 24.
Exactly.
Perfect.
But only if green or red hits you.
Okay.
If purple tried to hit you, they wouldn't get the same bonus.
Then I'm still at 26.
Well, you're 24 for Greenie, because Greenie is now gonna...
But if purple tries to hit me, I'm at 26.
Correct, exactly. And I believe this was more than 25 feet to get over to you. So it spent 2 actions trying to get at you, so we're only gonna get 1 hit. Yep. Nope, 23. Okay, we got it. So I got 2 actions left. No. Let's say it was 27. I think it was 27. So, just 1 fist slam. Let's see if we can get you. Well, fortunately for you, that was only a 19 to hit. So even with that little bit of a bonus, it still was not enough. So this sandy fist goes wide. You are able to duck out of the way.
Thank God
And
for my
you are
buckler.
not. Yes, you are not accosted. Now, the last one is we are forming what is lovingly called the conga line of death. This one is going to come for Cinza. 2 actions to get to you. Cinza is now flanked.
The smartest
Here
thing
come
I've
that
done.
fist. Now that was a 24 to hit.
No.
Wonderful, that's right. Cinza is more heavily armored than some of our other characters. So again, another fist going wide. So yeah, you guys are stymied at the shore by these 3 creatures, but they're all within melee range now. So Cinza, you see your party beset on all sides by these creatures. What would you like to do?
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's my bread and butter. Exploit vulnerability on any of them. It doesn't really matter. You can choose which one I'm looking at
Absolutely.
here.
I think tactically the one that's been hit a couple times probably makes the most sense. Just because it'll
That's
be easier to
Red, correct? In the middle.
whack them in the middle, yes.
Yeah, cool. So that is gonna be I can do math 32.
Wonderful. A 32 with your esoteric lore would be a critical success to identify. These are sand sentries. This creature of pure sand moves with an eerie grace, shifting back and forth between a detailed likeness of a human and a muted and featureless bipedal form. The sand sentry is often called upon by spellcasters to stand guard over an area of great importance. These elementals are patient participants in such roles, making them well suited for long-term service. So these are earth elementals. You may ask me 2 questions.
I believe on a critical success, I also learn all of its weaknesses, resistances, and immunities, including the amounts of resistances and weaknesses and any unusual weaknesses or vulnerabilities. And the example given is like an Oni's bean panic.
Yes, of course.
So it has to be fun and funky.
Absolutely. So they are immune to bleed, paralyzed, poison, and sleep. The one in the middle, because it has been attacked by electricity or fire, Nikki, you were absolutely right that fire was equal to electricity, and I want you to have an extra hero point for using your noodle.
Thanks.
The outer layer of sand fuses into sheets of hardened glass for 1 minute. This increases the sand sentry's AC by 4, and it grants it resistance 5 to acid, cold, electricity, fire, force, piercing, and slashing.
Okay. And when it comes to piercing, slashing, etc., that's non-magical? Like if
Correct. Yeah, there is no distinction between done with a magic weapon or not.
Okay, so Cinza will kind of bark out, almost a little irritated. No fire, no electricity. Leave it alone. Just hit it with all the magic you've got. And then she's going to probably try to attack that one because at the very least it's a flank. Well,
You got it. You still, I can still answer 2 questions for you.
oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I apologize because most of my questions would have been about the things you just gave me.
Of course, of course.
What?
You can ask me about weakest save.
Oh, that's right. Weakest save.
Reflex.
In reflex. Okay. Reflex is its weakest save.
Mhm.
And then what? I guess what is its best save is just for the coin.
Sure.
The other side of that coin, just to make it easy.
Fortitude.
Fortitude. Okay. So beefy, not agile. Makes sense. Okay. Then I am going to turn around and probably attack this thing. And I guess the sort of like weakness thing I'm exploiting. I apologize. Did it have any weaknesses? There were so many words that were said.
So, no weaknesses, just immunities, and the one with the glass has resistance 5 to most elemental damage types and force and piercing and slashing.
Only if it's non-magical. So because of the nature of our weapons that have the little
No, magical or both. There is no distinction with this one.
Okay.
Sometimes
okay,
there is, so you were right to ask.
Okay, gotcha. Then if that's the case with this dude, I'm going to. So with exploit vulnerability, though, I should bypass that stuff. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, then yes, I am attacking him then because I'm the one who can, and I think that looks a little bit more like she's trying to remove mass from this creature because it is made up of sand. So she's like trying to get in between these cracks that have formed to like flick sand out of it. So yeah, she's going to attempt to attack with her Felisa. Yeah. Ooh, that's quite good. A 31. 15 plus
Wonderful.
16.
Yes, you have overcome the extra AC that it has, and you are able to do damage. So go ahead and roll me some.
Wonderful. That's 2d6 plus 7. Okay. 13 points of damage.
13.
And
All right, you have one
then,
action left.
She'll just attack again this time. At a -4, if I remember correctly.
Yes, because the weapon is agile.
Agile. Yep. No. That was a nat 1.
Understood. Bummer. All right, so we are back to the top of the round with Moro. And Moro, I know that you do cast a lot of spells, but I do want to encourage you. As a war priest, you definitely have some skill martially as well. So if you would like to use your +1 striking light mace, you have a 2-hit of +15, and you do 2d6 +3 damage on a successful hit, which is nothing to sneeze at. So particularly when you are accosted on all sides, it is in your best interests to pull out the mace by using an action to do so, and then a whack-in.
I'm gonna start swinging.
The mace also has the shove trait, which means if you successfully push a monster away from you, it would have to spend an action to get back. You don't have to do what that other monster did when you shove and follow. You can shove and stay where you are.
I want to hit it.
Worth noting, she has her amulet in hand for this one, just so you.
Dig it. Understood. Yes. All right. So first action, pull out your mace.
Cool.
You can have it in your. Actually, you know what? You can have it in your hand. Just because you haven't utilized it this campaign doesn't mean that you wouldn't have pulled it out at the start of combat. You can still cast without it because the buckler still leaves a hand free.
Okay.
So I'm not going to make you waste that action.
Okay.
So
I'd
yeah,
like
if you want to
hit it.
start a whacking, go ahead.
Do I have the glass guy near me?
You do. Yes.
I want to
they're
try to
actually
shatter him.
between. All right. So you do get that -2 circumstance bonus to their AC because just like you, they are flanked. So yeah, hopefully we'll negate some of that extra armor from the glass.
15 plus 17, 32.
32, fabulous. While not a critical hit because of this thing's extra armor, that is still a very solid hit. So yeah, you can roll me 2d6 plus 3. And that is bludgeoning damage, so you are not worrying about the extra armor from the glass as far as that goes.
And I'd like to point out, Cinza, you're looking directly at me, and this is the first time you've actually seen her hit something. I'd like to imagine that she's just, oh, this is it, and just loses her shit and hauls off with the mace.
Yeah, I think there's like an eyebrow quirk from Cinza, and inside her internal monologue is like, oh, she can use that thing.
That
It's
is
not just ornamental.
4 plus dinosaur, which means that is a total of 10 plus 3, 4, 13.
Perfect. So yeah, Cinza, you watch Moro as her mace hurtles through, glass flying off everywhere as the sand sentry crumbles back onto the shoreline, and you can lock eyes for a moment.
Yeah, he makes eye contact, just kind of gives like a, all right.
Oh, shut up. Like in a very friendly way.
Yeah, just like a, fair enough. And like turns to dodge whatever comes next.
All right,
Mara
so
knows
that
she's
sent-
getting an earful later.
So that sand sentry is gone. Poof. Now you do have this other one near you, so you may do a second attack at map. Your weapon is also agile, so it would be a plus 11 if you wanted to attack this thing.
Sure. If I could hit more things, I want to hit more things. We're gonna go mace again.
Go.
That is my d20 first. That is only gonna be an 18 this time.
Okay, 18 unfortunately not enough. So you hear that thud on the creature's shoulder as your mace connects, but it doesn't seem to be imparting any damage. Now you may raise your buckler, or you may utilize your third action to move away from the creature. It is fully up to you.
Behind Cinza, is that another do I have enough movement to kind of skirt him and get a flank on the other guy?
Well, that depends on your movement speed, which is 30 feet. So that is for our illustrious cameraman to decide.
Is that a yes?
Looks about right.
I think that's a yes. Cool, that's what I want to do. I want to get another flank because I like the bonuses we get from that.
Lovely. Alrighty. Thistle. You are valiantly
IRL log stuff. I'm giving my cat a treat.
you
Very
are
on
valiantly hiding
point.
behind a rock.
Yeah, I'm gonna poke out from behind that rock.
Just for my later, were you behind the rock when Morrow shattered one of these things? Like, did you actually see that? Okay,
No.
cool. No, you didn't see? Okay, cool. Thank you.
Sorry, I want to continue to give my cat this churro. So I'm gonna do Divine Lance.
There's no thoughts behind those eyes.
Let's
Divine
go.
Lance. I already rolled for it because I knew I was gonna give this to her. It's a total of 31.
Wonderful. So 31, that is a very solid hit. Which of these sand sentries would you like to hit?
The one between
Oh.
me and Cinza.
Sounds great.
Okay,
Roll me
with
some
my
damage.
5d4, I get 11 damage.
Great.
And then
Fantastic.
I'm
Now
gonna go
you
back behind my rock.
wonderful. All right, so you can use your third action to take cover.
That's what I will be doing.
So when you officially take cover, you are going to get greater cover from this rock. So now you have a +4 circumstance bonus to your AC instead of +1.
Woo! And then yeah, I think that Log is probably already wanting another piece of ham.
I mean, don't we all?
Don't we all?
Yeah.
So he's getting another cube of ham.
Perfect.
It's
All right,
almost
Wick.
like
This
he
is yearning
feeds
for
him
ham.
as like a calming method for herself. It's like everything's
As long as I
fine.
can take care of my sweet log, everything's fine.
Everything's
He's
fine.
the emotional support log. Wick is blind.
Yes.
We're gonna
I didn't mean that Wick didn't
to
see
tumble
her.
behind my foe. Do I need to
didn't
be
hear.
to tumble
So-
behind my foe? Do I need to be like right up against him, or
Yeah, so when you are blinded, you can't see. All normal terrain is difficult terrain, which means your movement speed is essentially halved. Everything is also concealed from you. So that means that you have to do a flat check before you can do pretty much anything. So you could tumble through, but it would require a check to do so.
okay? I think oddly enough, the safest thing to do is to blindly throw dart cards. This
Honestly,
guy who
yeah.
is to Wick left. Just start throwing sharp objects.
Let's go.
So that's what we're gonna do.
Alrighty.
I love this. I adore Wick. I will be
So we're gonna
designing
do
t-shirts.
so flat check
At
first.
least now we know what not to do. So for I have a 24.
So remember, you have to do the flat check if you want to target this thing for an
Oh.
attack. So whatever you rolled, that was surely over 5. So now you can roll an attack.
Oh, okay. Again, mathy. Okay, so now I have a 33 for the attack roll.
Ooh, yeah. So Wick, you say a little prayer to Lady Luck, guide my hand, guide my card. And yeah, Moro and Sinza, you see this blinded halfling flick a card with expert precision. It's a critical hit.
Nice.
Nice.
And totally redeemed himself.
Incredible. Yeah, so go ahead and roll me some damage.
Okay, so I have.
Now, they are not off guard to you, so you won't be able to add your sneak attack to this. Remember, you can double your sneak attack damage on a critical, but you won't be able to add it in this case.
I have a 9. That's my 2d4 plus 4 for piercing damage.
Perfect. So we double that to 18. Well done. So that was your first action. What would you like to do with your second and third?
Not quick attack, throw another random bomb, maybe, but I think I am going to. Yeah, I think I'm just going to stay put because moving is hard and everything. He's blinded. We're just gonna stay put. We're gonna plant.
Okay. So that your action economy isn't wasted, you may use 2 actions to ready a single action thing, such as stab. So if you'd like to ready another card, if something comes into your melee range, you can use your reaction to
Oh.
stabby do at it.
Oh, 100%. Yes. That's
Dig.
clever.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Wonderful. So you're defensed up with your card ready to go.
Ready action.
Okay. So that brings us to their turn. So Moro, you have positioned yourself in front of this purple sand sentry here.
Yes.
You see the first fist coming at you. Great. But then the other hand comes around. Your fortitude DC is 24, which is very good. But with a 30 athletics check, that is not enough. This creature bear hugs you with both arms. And those of you who have the ability to see, which right now is only Sinza, you see this sand sentry press against Moro, and together they disappear below the sand.
Oh,
Got it.
shit.
Well, that's
And
great.
they are going to take the opportunity to
Hmm.
try to deal some damage to you while you're down there. Not enough to harm you, but you can feel that this thing is trying to pull you apart.
Yeah.
Moro, you are under the shoreline now. Meanwhile, the other one is and Wick, since your turn is, or you're about to be unblinded after their turn goes, but right now you still are. So this one, knowing that you are blinded, is gonna try to take a swing at you, and that is a 33, Wick. So not quite a critical, but darn close. You got very lucky.
Sinza is going to brandish her amulet, whether that means it. I don't know if these things have sight, but she brandishes her amulet and utilizes amulet's abeyance to give Wick resistance to all damage, which would be 2 + 7, so 9, basically, off of whatever he's about to take.
So so only 1 damage manages to come through as the light that you were shining off the amulet blind puts in the eye holes, the divots that indicate eyes. So it moved, attacked. We'll try one more time to hit you.
Because I had an action ready, would I've had a sort of
Correct.
counter?
Exactly, yes. So you feel the barest scraping on your face here. It did connect with you still. So the damage was mitigated, but the blindness continues. However, yes, it's absolutely in your melee range. So you can go ahead and roll an attack for me, and this is going to be at your full. So this is going to be a plus 16.
I have a 35. Rolled a 19.
Incredible. Another critical hit. You don't even need to roll damage for this one. So yeah, this thing tries to damage you more, but yeah, you jam that magically imbued card up into the middle part of this thing, and it just explodes around your fist. But you are still blinded.
Did I get him? Did we get him? Is he still there?
I think you got him. Morrow?
Can I
Yes.
hear them?
Barely.
Can I respond? Is that I don't know how this works.
If you do, you're going to be taking basically mud into your lungs. So I
Yeah,
think the
I'm
best
not
course
gonna
of
do that.
action. All right. So yeah, Sinza, you have 3 actions. If there's anything you'd like to do, you can potentially ready a strike if you see it again. You could start to explore the beach. There is, what would you like to do?
Is there any sort of check I can do to see if I can pinpoint where she went? Because she just disappeared, like melted into the ground, basically.
Yes, absolutely. You may utilize a perception check to search.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'm going to be calling out. Wick, Thistle, Morrow disappeared under the sand. The thing, look for her. That's not great.
Well, actually, I roll it. So
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, there's a
you're
question.
relying on me. What's
Is
up?
Oh, okay.
Thistle's protection still up? Can she still feel the magic?
Oh yes, but even if you were dead, magic lasts beyond death.
Got you. Okay, so that doesn't necessarily matter.
Sadly, no.
I tried.
It is worth noting because if you're rolling it, it wouldn't be on the version of my sheet that you have, but I do get a +1 to sight-based perception.
Fantastic. So, what we're looking at would be a total of +13 then, correct?
Correct.
Perfect. That is higher than their stealth DC. So, yes, Sinza, you can see the area in the sand where this thing is, even though you can't see the top of Morrow's head. So, it is essentially directly underneath. It is still close enough to the surface right now. You could hit it.
Do I know, though, especially with the critical that I got on exploit vulnerability, if that gave me enough information to know that would hitting this thing potentially harm Morrow?
They still technically are not in the same space, so you can target it without targeting her.
Great, then I'm gonna attack it and use my attacking it as like right here and try to dive in.
So it does have cover, but I'm not giving it greater cover because sand is squishy.
That's fair. That's extremely generous. Cool. I think. Oh wow, yeah, no, that's definitely gonna do it because that's a 19 on the die, and I add 15 to that. 34, is that correct? Yeah, that's 34.
That, even with the cover, is a critical.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So, double everything, right?
Double it all.
Double the total. Hell yeah.
Unless
love
you
to
have a
see it.
deadly dice, which I don't think you do
Not
with Lysa.
Not this Fleece. No, the star knife is, but not whatever.
Yes.
That is not a bad roll. 8, 11, 15 times 2, 30.
Wonderful. Okay, so Morrow, underneath the sand, you can feel a bit of a disruption. It's not enough to let you go,
Mhm.
but you can essentially feel the vibrations of this attack. So your Cinzi, did you do one action to seek and then one hit? Is that all
Yes,
you've done
1
on
and
this
1.
turn?
That's all I've done so
Understood.
far.
Would you like to try to attack again?
Yes. Is there a way that I could... Nah, we'll just try it again. That feels like that's... Wow, okay, well, that's even better. That die is doing great. That's a 20 on the die, plus 15, 35.
Yep, that's another critical. Incredible.
I mean, I'll take it after that 1 earlier. We're really hitting the dichotomy of the die.
Yes.
Haha, dichotomy. That's actually going to be the exact same. What was a 5 and 3 is also a 6 and 2, so therefore it is another 30. That was confusing. It made sense in my head. 15 times 2 is 30. There we go.
Moro, you hear these sounds, you feel the vibration. And then you hear something else. This scraping and battering against your clothes, your gear, your elven ears. They coalesce into a whisper. The language is harsh and guttural, but as the sounds of the surface world fade away, the meaning of the words becomes clear.
The silence of the grave holds little power to save. Secrets buried lie in wait to break the haunted chains of fate.
And Moro, you feel released from this creature.
Huh.
And you are able to raise your mace up, and Cinza, you see it poking up out of the muck. And Wick, the sand falls away from your eyes. You can see again. Thistle, there is nothing to hide from now. How do you all come together to get Moro out of this sand?
I think Cinza was not even realizing as she was like stabbing blindly down into the sand. She was like screaming almost. And not any words in particular, but the moment she sees the mace pop up, there is a like, oh, there, help, and is like calling the others over so we can all pull her free.
Yeah, definitely. I think Log is like furiously digging.
Little
He's
log.
pretty good at it.
He's got little paws.
Yeah, and then he starts licking Cinza's face clean the second, not Cinza, he starts licking Moro's face clean like the second, like it starts to emerge. He's like, oh, I got it.
Just sand everywhere.
Sand everywhere, and he is
I hate
down to
sand.
help because there are little bugs in it, and
Gets everywhere.
Yeah, I hate to say,
rough.
any life that's in this sand is absolutely undead. I don't think that would necessarily stop
No, it
Log
wouldn't stop
from
it.
eating it, but
No.
it probably wouldn't taste very good.
Zombugs.
So, Moro, you are pulled by your companions out of the foam of where the water meets the sand, and the four of you are gasping, gathering yourselves here on the shore and looking out into this solid wall of mist. You can barely see even the paddle boat, which did not dock that far away from the shore, but you truly feel alone from the world outside. And all you have is each other in this moment.
Thank you. Seems a
Breathe.
dear.
Hey,
Oh,
breathe,
God.
breathe.
Oh,
I think
Did you
she's
hear
got
that?
muck
just
up to her elbows, flicks
like-
it off. Hear what?
she's drenched because I feel like they're right in where that foam is. There's still water coming out. So she is just soaked head to toe. There's sand in her hair, in her armor. It's like wet sand kind of clumped. So it's just like dripping out of the breastplate. Going to take that as a no. And I'm going to... I, as the player, can't remember word for word. But I am going to
Not most of it.
she is going to give them kind of the okay. There was some boys talking about a grave and breaking the chains and answers lying below.
And Zinza, while you do not speak the language, the way that Muro is describing what the language is, and I think Thistle, from meeting Jelka, the Keeper of the Old Ways, you would recognize that these whispers were in Kelid, the language of the Kelid people, or Hellet, rather. Hellet, the language of the Kelid people.
Well, I suppose that makes sense given everything we've experienced so far here and what they told us this was. It's almost like it was written on the tin. Is everyone all right? And she'll kind of take stock looking between the companions.
I think like Thistle's kind of got like a strong hand on Wick's shoulder and like has like successfully pulled away Locke from trying to continue to lick Moro clean. And she's like, what are we into here?
Can I ask a retroactive question, DM? I know that
If you address me by my proper title.
GM, we are currently working on deprogramming. Game mummy.
That's what GM stands for.
I mean, listen.
If I ever got to play with Jason Bowman, who's one of the main Paizo guys, I'm calling him Game Mommy, and he's not going to be able to stop me.
True.
Do it. I am not the one to discourage you from doing anything of that sort. I will give you a t-shirt.
I survived calling Bowman Game Mommy.
And all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
And all I got.
With like the really shitty clip art of his face. Retroactive question
for the GM.
So the thing about Shaika is she isn't necessarily going to appear the same way anytime. It's actually more common that she will appear differently every time. It's almost like a mantle that different beings take up. That being said, is this, when the voice speaks, do I recognize the presence as Shaika, or is this completely unfamiliar to me?
Religion check. Let's see where your head is at right now.
Religion is a plus 18. That's a nat 1.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
I was really focused on not dying.
Yeah. Well, here's what I'll say with a nat 1. I think because Shaika is all about fate. She is the closest, one of the only, her and Pharasma are pretty much the only deities that still cling to any sort of authority. And Yog-Sothoth, I guess, but we're going to leave them out of it for now. They are everywhere. Fate, destiny, and prediction. She is one of the few goddesses left who has any sort of authority over these areas. And when you cast your mind with that 1, you feel her rebuke on you. How dare you question? How dare you try to solve something? You were given information. Information is all you need right now.
Okay.
Either take it or leave.
I think Morrow is going to
feel very stern. Yeah, the stern rebuke of a mother.
I feel like she's going to keep that to herself right now. But just so I know I've said it now, every morning when we're getting up from camp, the first thing she does is make a round and check on every party member. Because she doesn't necessarily trust anything now.
Right. Well, to check on your party members, we did have a couple of people who took damage. So we can go ahead and do some treat wounds.
Absolutely.
I'm fine.
I was behind a rock. I was great.
I think Wick is the only one that needs healing right now.
That's right. It
Wick is
failed.
still like,
The sand sentry failed to hit you. So yes.
So I will use one of my cleric fonts and cast a one action heal on Wick because it just needs to be within range. Or within a touch range. That is going to be 4d8 restored hit points. Would you like me to roll that, or would you like Wick to roll that, or the GM to roll that?
You may go ahead and roll that. The fate is in your hands.
No
Yeah,
pressure.
so is the ability to start calling you Game Mommy, because now you've put that in my head.
What have I done?
See, at some point, we're just gonna have a reel that is a compilation of all the different times any of us have called you Game Mommy.
Game Mommy.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yay, mother.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Very game.
8 points.
nice.
Wait, I'm dumb. That was 4d4.
40,
4d8.
4d4.
4d8. They need to be d8s.
4d8.
4d8.
Oh, okay. Let's read.
Let me
If you'd like to
try that
simplify and
again.
just double what you did, but yeah, it's up to you.
That would be, yeah, let's just do that because I
Good
think
roll
I've only
higher.
got, oh, there's a d8. I didn't do better.
Dang it.
Is doubling it just still on the table? Feel free to tell me no, but like, you lose
It
100%
is,
of the
but-
shots you don't
But
take.
you get to retract one. Your Game Mommy privilege is suspended for the next 10 minutes.
You know what? I'll take that. I'm setting
Yeah.
a 10-minute timer.
It's a cruel but necessary mistress.
It's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Game Mommy is cruel but fair.
Up, 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 up. That was 10 minutes for everybody.
Fine, you can
Aw.
all be mad at me. We have a 10-minute
What
I
did I
timer.
do?
am mad at you. How dare you?
I wonder if I can get a timer widget so I can actually, whenever you take that away, just put it on.
On the screen.
I'll look into that after we're done here.
Perfect.
That being said, that would be 16 points back to Wick.
Amazing. I am fully healed.
All right,
I
so you
think
guys can
Thistle-
pick your. Oh,
sorry.
go ahead.
I think that Thistle is legitimately scared of losing the tiny party members, which is why she has Log and Wick like within touch range. She's gonna get one of those like
I
kid
think I was like
backpack
this.
wrenches for Wick.
I was like this close to being like, if I come out of this battle still blinded, I'm turning Log into my seeing eye Log. I'm just gonna put a rope around him.
That's
There you go.
Carry me
awesome.
around.
I love it.
Lose my familiar for a really good reason, actually.
So you all pick yourselves up, dust yourselves off, and there is nowhere to go but further into the island.
Hmm.
As you cross through the tree line, you carefully step your way through untouched forest. Dense trees, broken branches, and piles of nettles litter the forest floor. What you do not detect is any sign of animal life. No nests, no scat, no bird song, only the crunch of your boots on twigs and pine cones.
That's not great. That is not great.
Thistle,
Yes.
when you were a child and you were doing something that you shouldn't be doing, who was most likely to catch you and to scold you?
God. This is so dependent on what part of her life. I think that there was her mentor had a six-eyed bird that would watch over her in the woods. But if we're talking about when she was really little, it was definitely her siblings who were watching each other. We kind of acted as like our own secret police in some way because there's so many kids. And we all wanted to be mother's favorite. I think it was Golan who would always keep an eye on the two freaks.
Describe Golan as you would remember them as a small child?
He was by the time I left, he was like 16. He had almost a buzz cut. There was a scar on his cheek from training. He already had armor and had already gone on a mission, which was unthinkable to me at that age. Uh, he always had like a hand on his short sword and these gray eyes you could never really detect anything inside of.
And Thistle, in this memory, in this dreamlike state, that is exactly who you see coming out of the tree line. It doesn't raise any alarms for you. It doesn't seem strange, just like how a dream operates. It's not weird that you're alone. It's not strange that he's here. And he walks up and squares up with you. What are you doing here, runt?
I'm supposed to be here.
You're supposed to be studying. You're supposed to be training. You're supposed to be Mummy's good little girl.
She takes like a half step back.
And with lightning quick reflexes, he grabs the back of your head, hair clenched in his fist. Where do you think you're going? You're gonna walk away from me? Nobody walks away from me.
You can't scare me anymore. I'm big now.
You are small. You're nothing compared to me. You were after birth the day you were born. Runt!
I'm gonna try to kick him in the balls.
All right.
While she's rolling, can the rest of us see this happening, or do we just see
Yeah, what
Thistle
do
kind
we
of
see?
freaking out?
The rest of you are walking and not really conversating too much. You may be remarking here and there about what you're seeing, the lack of life. Thistle is putting one foot in front of the other, staring straight ahead.
Okay.
That's gonna be a total of 20.
Okay. So a 20 to hit would not even be enough to do damage on you, Thistle. So against your brother, absolutely not. And in fact, you being off balance is the perfect opening.
God,
And
he knows that
he
too.
catches your leg and with one hand still gripping your hair, lifts you up off the ground and slams you down. Your back hits and you can feel the nettles and the pine cones digging into your skin. It isn't strange that Log's not in your pocket. It isn't strange that you're all alone. And this brother, who is not your brother, but you call brother, puts his full weight on you. You want to find something out? And he's whispering in your ear so close you can hear it drilling directly into your brain. Go home, Raymond. And at this point, Thistle, I'd like you to make me a will save.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's a total of 19. Oh, I rolled so
Okay.
low.
So with a 19, everyone, you step into a small clearing. Rather than being man-made, this area is littered with the charred remains of trees burned from the inside out. As you make your way to the center of the clearing, from each side of you, two trees crack and split open the jagged line of an inferno blazing within. Two lithe humanoid figures step out from the trunks, blazing with white-hot fury. And before you can react, Thistle unleashes a blood-curdling scream and begins to run away.